Welcome back, everybody, to another Pushing the Pace podcast with myself, as always, Elias, and my co-host, Samuel. Sam, how are you today? I know it's been a while.
I am doing great. Life is not the best, but we're pushing. I'm doing great.
We're pushing the pace. That's all you can do.
We're pushing the pace.
That's all you can do.
Literally, when life hits you, you gotta push the pace, man. You gotta push the pace.
You gotta push through it.
You gotta
through
keep
the bad
going.
times. You gotta just push it. Keep pushing up the
good.
floor.
You gotta.
You can't
keep
get
pushing.
trapped. You can't turn the ball over.
You can't.
You gotta keep pushing it up.
When life gets bad, push the pace, guys. Push the pace. Can't do anything else.
We gotta put that on a t-shirt. Well, today, it's been a while.
We gotta have that intro at the start of our video for whatever intro clip that we have to introduce to people. We need to have that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But we're back. It's been 2 weeks. We're just gonna talk today, just some thoughts on some teams that we have, some places, some teams doing well, some teams we have some questions about, some other topics, news in the league so far. Want to start it off today, of course, with my own glaze. We're getting a glaze session today because the Toronto Raptors,
yes, sir,
Sam, are second in the East. 13-5, 8-game win streak, 12 out of their last 13, which is really funny because the one game that they lost against Philadelphia, I was at my friend's birthday party. It was a close game in the fourth quarter. I was like, guys, we got to watch this. And then we just saw them lose pretty embarrassingly in that game. And I had friends that don't watch basketball. They watched it. I'm like, oh, this is a bad look. And we haven't lost since then, and they don't know anything about it. 6th in offensive rating, 7th in defensive rating, 5th in net rating. Some other stats were 2nd in half-court offense.
Woo!
Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. 2nd in defense in the last 13 games, leading the league in fast break points. We are 2nd with 32.3 points in the third quarter in the NBA. We're killing teams in the third quarter out of halftime, which is great. 6-2 in clutch games, which is something I really want to highlight with this team, because this team, for the past several years since we've been bad, has always been a team that is constantly behind, constantly clawing back. We have so many fake comebacks where we really start to play hard in the last 2-3 minutes, and we go from 15 to 10 to almost 5, and then we lose. Not this year. The last 2 games especially, I've been very impressed. In the Cavaliers game the other night, they did not score any buckets for the last 4 minutes, the Cavaliers. And then in the Nets game, we also went on a 13-5 run after the game was tied, and we were close with the Nets for the whole time. So I'm just very impressed in them. 2nd in assists per game, only 5th in turnovers per game. So we're passing the ball a lot, which is the key to this offense. Brandon Ingram had an amazing game last night, 37 points, an absolute clinic from him with RJ out of the lineup. And I mean, I want to hear what your outside thoughts are before I continue the glaze.
I'm not gonna spend too much because I know you have a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna give you the floor. Well, pretty much November 12th, before the season began, I had my crazy thoughts to start the NBA season, and I said people are sleeping on Brandon Ingram and the Toronto and the Raptors, and I was like, this season is gonna be a reminder of how good he is, and I was predicting a 6 to 8 place finish for the Raptors. I might have been even low on them at this point with that prediction.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Because I'm looking at the East teams. I'm looking at some of these East teams, and I'm testing their chain, and I'm like, I don't think that chain is real, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to focus more on Brandon Ingram, and I'll let you take the floor, because honestly, watching Raptors games don't work for me because I'm on the crux of my job around 7 p.m., 8 p.m., at least my own time, Eastern time. So those are when the games watch. Obviously, I tune in, but in terms of focus on everything going with you guys, you can't ask me that right now. As the season goes by, I'll have more information. I just want to speak on Brandon Ingram. I said it for a long time. And I remember when me and you started talking, I was like, I told everyone, I was talking more about Brandon Ingram signing the Raptors than even Raptors fans that I know. And I was like, bro, he is going, I found this a really, really good spot for him. a guy that for has been blind for things that he doesn't do and he's not. Like he didn't come into the league as this. He is a small forward scoring. He's a sorry, a scoring small forward who improved his playmaking when he was in New Orleans and can play make a bit. He's not the great. He's an average defender. Fine. He's not going to. He's not going to wow you in terms of like this high, outrageous 40 point, 50 point. Like no, but he's a really, really good player. And so many times in the NBA, it's about sometimes it's not about how great a player is, it's how a player coming on your team puts guys in certain roles and also removes them from certain roles. And I said it so much that this is going to allow people not look too much at what Scotty Barnes can do and what he can do. Because now you're putting
Mhm.
a guy that is taking a certain amount of scoring load, attention, and we're no longer looking at Scotty to score 25 to 30 points and ISO because he's not that. It's like that is not what he is. He's a super
Yeah.
duper Swiss Army knife who whose 3 point shooting isn't still the best, but he does so many good things on the floor. And I was like, Brandon Ingram is going to. So it's like a puzzle piece. You put this puzzle piece here. He's not the greatest player, but he's a really, really good player. And now you have Scotty shifting in a role that fits him. It now doesn't highlight too much of his weaknesses. It makes you see his strength. Then quickly, then
Mhm.
RJ, all these different pieces start to fit around because you get a guy that answers a certain question. In a way, if you look at what Houston just did with KD, at the end of games now, give we know what he's here for. Like we're
Yeah.
answering some of those questions. We're answering certain parts of our game. And for me, I'm going to leave it at that and let you take the floor. For me,
Yeah.
it's just more. I saw this coming in terms of Brandon Ingram just being a good fit on the Raptors, and I'm happy for him because he's been blind too much about things he cannot do. People called him a empty calories player. And I was like, no, 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 this is not the kind of player I see. Like, this is a guy that wants to compete. He doesn't just have the personality to voice these things as much as guys in other teams would voice or have attitudes and everything. And he's also a low maintenance player. And that's very
Mhm.
important. That's a very important for a group too. So yeah, I'm happy Ingram is doing well. 8 game winning streak. It's awesome. I've been a Raptors. For most of my time in Canada, I've been a Raptors hater, but I'm happy to see them do well. And yeah,
We're here.
yeah. I'm going to let you take the floor now.
Okay. The Brandon Ingram trade, once again, was Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a 2026 Pacers first round pick, and like a 2030 second round pick from the Raptors. Obviously, that Pacers first round pick, they got it back, luckily, and that's the pick for this year in a disaster season. Nobody knows that could have happened. So obviously, that pick is the most valuable part of it. Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk. I don't even know if Kelly Olynyk is in the league anymore, bro. Yeah, I don't know what
Spurs,
team
baby.
He's on the Spurs.
He's on
Okay,
the
I
Spurs. Yeah.
wasn't sure. I was thinking he was on the Spurs. Bruce Brown, I remember yesterday my brother was watching Brandon Ingram, and he's like, "I never seen Bruce Brown score 30. Like this is a guy that we got for scraps on the dollar. I am,
Buy low players.
yeah, we bought low, very low.
Think about how
Obviously,
many
gave him the
buy low
contract and
fours.
everything.
Sorry, Brenda. Think about how many buy low fours we've had just the past few seasons. Siakam, PJ
Yeah,
Washington, Brandon Ingram falls into that. Aaron Gordon, right? These
yeah,
guys are, and look at the names I mentioned. Like these guys are the four position. I think it does. Oh, so Barnes plays the four for you guys, right?
yeah,
And Ingram plays the three. But
yeah.
in this NBA, Ingram is that kind
As a
of,
forward,
yes,
yeah,
is that kind of forward that I would consider almost that. But again, those forwards have become a very crucial part for like look at those teams I'm mentioning, right?
hmm,
You have Chet in OKC, right? You have as I said, Aaron Gordon. You have PJ Washington. We saw what he did for Dallas when he came to Dallas. You have Pascal Siakam, and all these players for me are obviously better than Ingram, but it's a piece. And those four positions becoming very, very crucial. And when you buy low on guys like these are just good players.
yeah,
Like sometimes I
yeah,
think teams want fans are so entertained with that like high luxury, like it has to be this blockbuster player for you to get excited. No, but no, you just have to think, how does this work into what we're trying to play? Sorry, I interrupted you. Let me let you keep going. Sorry.
No, that's true. A lot of people, including myself, were like skeptical just in terms of the fit because the team they had never played all these players together. You could say the fit between him and Scotty and RJ, they might get in their way or whatever like that. I was a bit more skeptical, not in terms of the trade. I was very excited for the trade because it is a great buy low trade, and for a team like us, we're never gonna sign a Brandon Ingram in free agency or anything like that.
Yeah.
So this is the way we gotta get him through a buy low trade like this. But I think it's ridiculous. People really thought that this team with Brandon Ingram and Scotty and RJ, like I understood that offensively, we might not understand how it works. The fact that people rated us so lowly. Anyway, Brandon Ingram has been incredible. 21 points, 5 rebounds, almost 4 assists. Defensively, he's just been putting in effort. After the first few games when our defense was god awful, I was terrified. Now we've really locked in. Like everybody is just wrote like we're not playing that much more different than the first few games. We're not pressuring as high, but we're just very disciplined. We're rotating well. We're switching if we have to. We have switchable players, and we're just putting in a bunch more effort. I think the fact that Jakob Poeltl came back as our center was very
I
important for
told the
us.
people about my guy. Everybody was looking down. Like you Raptors fans have been looking down on I don't know how to pronounce his name or
Jakob Poeltl.
Poeltl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've loved
Um,
Poeltl since he was on the Spurs. I keep telling him this is a good player. Stop complaining. It's a good player. Thank you.
I'm somewhat of a Poeltl hater just because of the context of the trade and in which we got him and whatnot. Because I thought that was anyway. But yeah, this team we got the Darko's communist offense because everybody can get it any night. I agree with you, Scotty. At this point, I don't think I'll ever see him be a 25 point per game scorer. That is just not who he is. He just not. He doesn't have the scoring chops like that. But in a game last night where it felt like he wasn't scoring a lot or like I didn't really see him driving the ball a lot, he still sleptwalked to like a 19, 11, and 6 game with great defense. He is consistently an amazing defender this season. His ability to stop transition, his ability to guard near the rim, and just he's so smart being able to switch on whoever. He leads the league in stocks, steals plus blocks
Yeah.
with 57. Quickly has also been very good. 15 points in the last 10 games. He's 43% on threes with 7 attempts per game. That is huge for him. That is exactly the type of player he needs to be
Yep.
for this team. RJ, 19 points per game has been very decent. But yeah, this team, has really enabled anybody to handle the ball. And what I remember from Darko when he got hired, I remember seeing a podcast clip and the type of offense that he wanted to play is like a point 0.5 offense, where when you get the ball, it's 0.5 seconds. You make a
Spurs.
decision
The
to
Spurs.
either pass the ball, shoot the ball, dribble, like just make a move. Basically, don't hold on to the ball too long. And it's really come into force this season because we are, like I said, second, I believe, in pass second in assists per game. So we are passing the ball a lot. Scotty obviously is a great passer. We're in transition like we always are. We're a great transition team. The fact that we're so good in the half court offense, that's that's a little worrying to me. I don't think we're going to be that good for the whole season. Um, Mamu has been the best free agent signing for anybody. 10 points per game, 40% from three. He's been a part of a lot of great lineups. Jamal Shed, I was a bit of a hater. I didn't really see it in terms of a small defensive point guard. I'm like, come on, again. But no, he has been incredible this season. 6 points, almost 6 assists off the bench, 42% from three. That's been he doesn't make any mistakes. He's able to push the pace and get the ball to our best players.
Imagine you guys kept Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Davion Mitchell has been really good for the Heat. But
Really
no,
good
but
for the
this
Heat.
team, it's been 3 years. I saw a stat when we went 7-5 that it's been since 2022 of November when we were um 2 games above 500. So it's been about 3 years of constantly being under 500 teams, starting
Jeez.
off the season bad
Yeah.
and starting off the season injured and all that, and then it just leads to me being apathetic and not even wanting to watch the team because I'm like, I don't care. We wanna get a high draft pick, whatever. This is a team that I have fun with, a team that I have hope for, a team that is bringing back the joy in being a Raptors fan for me. um, yeah, I've just been very happy to watch this team offensively and defensively just lock it back in. And yeah, my only gripe really is that we're 24th in rebounding, which we're not the biggest rebounding team, but that's just one thing. And yeah, man, I just I'm so happy we're getting all this glaze, all this national media attention. You
It's
can't
good. It's
hide
good,
from it
but like
any longer.
think about how many times we get like national media. I think one of the good things is due to the media landscape changing. We've moved away from the first takes, the
Yeah,
undisputed. We've moved away
yeah,
from
true.
that, like NBC, even ESPN are having to step their game up a little bit because they can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
NBC. What's the other one?
Uh, eh, Amazon,
Amazon, yeah,
the Prime,
NBC,
yeah,
Amazon, like they are
yeah.
doing an incredible job. They are focusing on,
ESPN's like, we gotta show game footage. We gotta talk about the
yeah, yeah.
game. Yeah,
So we're
but
getting
even
this,
yeah, and like
we're
other
getting this
media, like on
all.
YouTube and
So the
podcasts and
like,
stuff,
when
like
have you when since you've been a Raptors fan? When has 14 games in national media is speaking about the Raptors? Like,
I
like
mean, it's been a while.
barely, in
Like
barely. Even in the
yeah,
even in the Kawhi season,
yeah,
even in the Kawhi season,
yeah,
the only reason why we're speaking about the Kawhi thing was because Kawhi requested a trade. Like,
yeah.
that was the only reason. But in terms of speaking as the
Hmm.
Raptors as an organization, shout out
Yeah.
this new media on this thing and all, because yeah, the other guys are lame and all. So glad we're done with those guys.
No, definitely. And yeah, I mean, and again, I've pointed to our schedule. Our schedule is so easy. Like we have in like December, we have a game against the Lakers, which I can imagine a Luka hammer. We have a game against the Spurs again, and if Wemby is back, that'll be something to look forward to. We have a game against like New York soon, which, that's maybe. But then other than that, we got a bunch of layups. We got the Celtics a couple times. We got the Nets again. We got the Hornets again. Like this team, I don't see them leaving the second spot anytime soon. And like other than the Pistons who have just been on fire, like
Fire.
my lord. We could, potentially make a fight towards the first seed in the East so far because I'm not really seeing it with these other teams, man. I want to talk about some other East teams later that have been somewhat disappointing. But yeah, bro, Raptors, Glaze session over for now. We will continue throughout the season as the Glaze is required because they are really
Okay.
good.
Okay. No, that's I'm happy for you guys. And all, as I said, I'm happy. A lot of Raptors people in my life, and also I'm happy for you guys. I'm always flexible. When it's time to hate, I'll be there. When it's time to praise, I'll be there. Trust me.
Hmm.
Okay. So one of the training topics that has been going on, and for someone that obviously have a reason to watch them a lot now. Obviously, I've always watched the Lakers because LeBron is there, but Luka is there. So I'm watching a lot of. Obviously, I've watched more Lakers games than any season, any game and all. So my
Yeah.
question is pretty much: are the Lakers mid? Are they mid or average? And it's obviously crazy to say this because they obviously have LeBron. And I'm asking this question in context of what their expectations are and in context of what the actual contenders look like compared to them. So I've
Hmm.
watched a lot of Lakers games this season. And I think they've had good games this season.
Yeah.
I would say for me,
I think
it's
they've had
just
some
not,
great
it's
games this season.
yes, it's just not assured. There's something not assured about them that I have when I'm obviously tuning, even if the game doesn't go that way, but tuning into OKC, tuning into Houston, tuning into Denver, tuning into the Pistons, tuning into which other team? even Spurs when they were like there's certain a bit of assuredness that you have of what these teams are showing up here that I don't yet have with Lakers. And let me tell you why I don't have it. I also came into the season with certain um would I say unhappiness, non-belief in the squad they have. So I think I'm still carrying
Yeah.
that, right? So
Yeah.
I'm still carrying that, and as I said, they've
Hmm.
had pretty good games too. But let's look at it. One of the best stats to look at how good a team is point differential, margin of victory, plus and minus, whatever. The
Yeah.
Lakers rank 15th, 2.63.
Oh yeah, I did see this.
For context, the best in this category is OKC, Houston, Denver. What do we consider those teams? Championship
Contenders.
contenders, right?
Yeah.
16, almost 17 for OKC, which is insane. Houston is
Yeah.
11, Denver is 10. I would say Lakers' strength of schedule has been stronger than OKC and Denver. Lakers
Hmm.
are 14th in defensive rating. And this is the part that I want to explain. The reason why I say are they mid is there's a clear lack of athleticism when you watch them compared to most teams. It doesn't even matter the team. It could be the Jazz. It could be there's a lack of athleticism. There's a lack of clear defenders. And I was saying it like they have one of the softest, defensively softest front court and back courts for defenders. You have Austin
Hmm.
Reeves and Luka in your backcourt. Obviously, Luka does not defend guards, so Luka is going to
Yeah.
defend threes or fours. But the issue is you now put Rui to defend some guards, and Rui
Yeah.
and 18 as a front court defensively is not good. The one thing
Hmm.
you would say about this team, though, is the heights they can get offensively are there. They just have to have the right habits. Like 18 is just getting easy 15, 20 point, like easy 15, 20 points. Like it's so easy the way he's scoring. And as much as we criticize 18 of them, one of the things you can never doubt is in terms of the bigs in the league, outside of Jokic, who is far ahead of everyone, his touch is incredible. Around the
Yeah.
rim, his touch, like the floaters, the mid range, the shots, 15, 10 minute on jump hooks and jump shots are soft, crisp. Like he's really good in that. So for me, I'm just in a very confused state of middling pack point differential wise, which almost always plays a part at the end of the season. Your lack of defenders, a lack of athleticism, which I don't really blame anyone. I blame Rob Palinka because that dude doesn't make moves. Call
Hmm.
Keon Ellis. Call Keon Ellis. That's all I'll say. Uh, I feel
That's
the
true.
I feel they need to move towards Rui on the bench and Marcus Smart in the lineup because he's the one guy. He's the one guy that doesn't need to be actuated by the stars on the team. Marcus Smart is a wrecking ball on his own. He can influence the game without the need of Luka or Reeves or LeBron James. Like
Yeah.
he's just that kind of defensive talent where he's going to make shit happen because he's on the court.
Hmm.
So yeah, like that's pretty much all I have on the Lakers. And my question is: are the Lakers mid, great, good, or they're 12 because they have a 12-4 record? Great
Yeah.
record,
No,
right?
that's a great record. Yeah.
So
Much
me
better than
asking
I thought
the
they would
question is
be.
because I'm watching them and I'm like, it's not like I would say nothing is sustainable by what they're doing. I think every of their issues are clear and glaring, but it's also like, what does this mean for their aspirations as a team?
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, the fact that they are 12-4 with LeBron just coming back, that's like as good as you can ask for with LeBron coming back. I understand. I feel the same way with like they're just the lack of defensive players. But the fact that they are able to get wins, like Luka was out, Austin Reeves stepped up. They had games where they had Nick Smith Jr. and Rui and DeAndre Ayton
Yep.
step up. Like maybe there is something with this team. Maybe like even defensively, if they are mid, I don't know. Luka, Reeves, and a LeBron is a scary offensive duo, and we've just seen like the absolute like tip of the iceberg with LeBron coming back.
Yes.
And I think he'll only get more acclimated and back into the swing of things offensively and get his you know stamina back and all that stuff. Like he'll get
Yeah.
into game shape and he'll score a bit more. He's not going to average 14. He'll get probably to 20. But if he's, averaging almost 10 assists like that, this team is scary just
I,
offensively off that. And with a lead of 12-4, you know, their defense hasn't really been an issue so far. I don't see why it's going to be an issue going forward in the regular season. Now
they are
in the playoffs,
last.
that's
Elias, do you know they are last in 3 points made in the league? They're 30. They're 24th or 26th in 3-point percentage.
because
So
that Luka guy keeps jacking them up. He jacks them up like crazy, bro. He's shooting
this,
11 and
this,
making 31%.
they call him Chuker. Chuker. Because he is so
Yeah.
fucking as a Mavs fan, I'm numb. I'm numb to it. He's an idiot. He's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. And
He
Lakers
loves to
fans
just
are
take them.
he, he I've never seen someone mess up. Luka can start the game 8 out of 10, 8 out of 15, 8 out of 12. Then his city starts turning up.
It starts
Then
kicking in, and he's like,
before I know it, he's
I
like,
have to shoot this one. I
I
have to
have
shoot
to
this
shoot.
one.
Like, it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous. He ruins his efficiency so bad because he wants to take like. And one of the things that is pissing me off of the threes is outside of the catch and shoot. If you remember, he takes people off the dribble to get into his 3-point shot. Now he's not even doing. He's just standing and just trying to shoot over. I'm like, bro, actually take them up the dribble. Like, actually try to beat them with your because I think someone said some trainer or something said when Luka came into the league was like, hey man, you're never going to be jumpy, you're not going to be great athleticism, but in terms of decel, he probably has the best decel in the league. Deceleration, right? Ability to stop. So that's how he gets it, and he's not doing that. And I'm like, bro, get into your moves to get your 3-point shots. But yeah, that's by the way. But yeah, you can continue.
No, I think the Lakers so far are not mid. I think that they've been excelling my expectations as a team. Austin Reeves has been excelling my expectations of however good I thought he could be. They're third in the Western Conference. Like, it's a marathon, not a race in the regular season. And the fact that they have a lead this big already, that they're third, that they're only half a game behind the Nuggets, like they just need to get in like the top 2-3 seed. And then once we get to the playoffs, that's a different issue. But by then, hopefully the offense and Luka and LeBron and Reeves together have been, playing so much together that they know exactly
and also
how to
trades. They
score
need to
and
make trades. They need to still make
they can definitely
defensive
they can
moves.
definitely still make a trade. Yeah, but like a guy like Jake LaRavia,
Very good.
the Lakers media and the mainstream media hyping him up as like a guy that they picked up, and he's been actually very good. You're right.
Very good.
I don't really agree with Rui being put on the bench just because I don't want that to like ruin his confidence or something like that. Because then offensively, like if he's not gonna, you don't want his confidence to get shot. I think Marcus Smart off the bench is good enough.
But this is my argument for him going on the
And
bench.
I don't really like Smart and Luka and Reeves in the starting lineup together. Like that seems
small,
rough. That seems small.
It's like, where are you getting your defensive contributions from if Smart is not in the game? Like, it's a very tough. Like, Aiton has done well defense.
Jared Vanderbilt.
0.0 minutes. Vanderbilt, he's not going to be playing games anymore because they've just accepted him and Luka on the court is horrible. Like the numbers, I don't have it with me, but the numbers with him and Luka on the court are absolutely, for a year now since Luka came to the Lakers, it's just bad. And also he's one of the worst finishers around the rim in the NBA. One of the worst finishers around the rim. So when you're playing with Luka, you cannot hit 3-point shots, open shots, and so almost your defense almost becomes like irrelevant. Marcus Smart can stay on the floor, even though Marcus Smart is not shooting well from 3, because defensively and Marcus Smart is also an extra playmaker. One of the things that they have in advantage is when they have a game where Luka, Austin Reeves, Smart, LeBron James, like those are 4 guys that can put the ball on the court and make great decisions. when they want to,
Yeah.
like when they are locked in and all. And you know who that favors? DeAndre Ayton. He's scoring the easiest points of his career right now. He's
Yeah.
scoring the
Definitely.
easiest points of his career right now. And so yeah, yeah.
No, no. I think the Lakers right now are definitely not mid, and I think that they've set themselves up for this is as good a start as they could have hoped for.
Fair.
If you told them that Luka would have been missing a couple games and that obviously LeBron wasn't playing and this and that, you would be like, oh man, I don't know. The fact that they're, like I said again, third seed, regular season is a marathon. Um, Offensively, they'll only continue to get better into gel, and defensively, it's just an issue of effort, but also personnel. You're right; they
Personnel.
do
They need
need
it.
to trade for somebody. They need to trade for some
Keon
sort of
Ellis.
defensive
Keon
wing.
Ellis.
I feel like they need a wing more than a
You know,
guard because I mean, then
they,
you have Marcus Smart in the same role.
yeah, no, no, no. I think they need two. I think they need two.
Yeah, they probably need to,
I
but I
think
don't
they
know
need
who they
two.
can trade. I don't know who they can trade for
I
that.
think they need two. They just need two. I think they need to get two. Like they need to get two. I don't know who they can trade. And I'm not always so in tune and educated about like the books and everything and what they have to. But that Rob Pelinka guy just wants to sit on his hands, bro. That dude just doesn't want to see. Like, bro, be
He
create,
extended his career for 10 years. Let's
bro,
do something
man.
now.
Hey,
You
that
have the
they're
Lakers,
firing.
you know.
You see what was happening? The
Oh yeah,
Lakers,
yeah, they fired some of the Bus
the
family
Bus brothers
people.
were out of there, bro. Mark Walters
Yeah.
is putting. And I read a great article Daye sent to me. Shout out Daye. Uh, I read a great article Daye sent to me about like the Lakers. So this article talks about like how the Lakers front office has been working for over decades, and they run like a mom and pop shop. You would not think this is like one of the greatest and the most valuable franchise in NBA with the way they run their front office. They barely have
Mhm.
personnel. They barely have, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
huh? So as I told Dai, I was like, it's either two things. Is either Rob Pelinka has been held back by the way it's been run, or Rob Pelinka is part of the issue of how it's been run. And with this new, every time new owners, they want their own people in there. And if this guy doesn't cut it
Yeah.
well, I need him fired. I need him fired. I need him
Yeah.
fired. I know the only thing he did with the Luka thing was he was grooming Nico Harrison. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next topic I got some teams and stuff. What's up with? Number one, what's up with the Wolves? Because they just had
Oh, this dude,
some back-to-back embarrassing losses.
this
They have
dude.
been quite disappointing for me. This is a team that I thought OKC, Denver Rockets, Wolves, I'm giving you respect. You've made it to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Anthony
Mm-hmm.
Edwards, you're like just outside the echelon of an MVP player. Maybe 1 year you can get MVP.
Yeah.
Julius Randle has been great this year. All they lost was Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I'm giving you respect. You're going to be fourth in the West when it's all said and done. They have yet to beat a team over 500. They've only beaten teams under 500. They've only lost to teams over 500 until last night when they lost in overtime against the Kings, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then on Friday, they blew an 8-point lead in the final minute against the
Against
Suns,
the
in
Suns.
which
Jesus
and
Christ.
the Suns are actually above 500. The Suns are very surprising to me that they're above 500 and that in just some bad turnovers and bad inbounding the ball and whatever. And then the Kings had a comeback as well. I believe Mr. Malik Monk had 20 points or like 12 points. He made a bunch of threes in the fourth quarter. And then Keegan Murray came back, had like a career high in rebounds. And they were able to win that game. Just a pretty embarrassing loss for the Wolves. And this is just a team that like I want to believe and I want to give them their respect, but they're just kind of messing up. Like just like messing up, bro.
The,
They don't have
the,
a point guard.
they don't have a point guard.
Mike Conley
Let
is old. Rob
Dante
Dillingham is not good.
Dante.
Rob
He's not.
Dillingham sucks.
He's been bad, bro.
His stats have been
That's been
really
an
bad.
awful NBA start to his career. Um,
Mhm.
They don't have a point guard, and they need
Yeah.
to. Conley's too old, man. I'm not blaming him for anything. They put Dante in the lineup as a PG. Dante is not a PG. He's a
Yeah.
swing combo guard, and this is the thing. I've not watched a lot of Wolves this year, but this is my thing with them. All through last season, I was telling everyone how like I was watching a lot of Wolves game, like, man, they're not good, they're not good, they're not good, they're not good. And they seem to know when to hit the switch. And when they hit a switch last year, they didn't play too many good teams. And I was not buying it. I was not buying it. They didn't play too many games. Then boom, boom, boom. I feel the Lakers were extremely flawed. And maybe you know what? I changed my mind now. I changed my mind to what I was about to say now. I was about to say I'm not going to underestimate the Wolves, blah blah blah, and everything, and because they proved us wrong last season. But last season, they didn't have a good regular season. They had a great end to the season. They didn't play good teams. That's one.
Hmm.
Then they will play a very flawed Lakers, out of shape Luka. We knew like after the second game, I remember we were recorded and I was like, it was like as much as I was like, man, okay, they have Luka and LeBron, and that shouldn't matter, bro. That was not good. That team could not do anything with them. Then what
Yeah.
happens in the Warriors series? Steph Curry goes down in the first game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your run. Now, if we start picking it apart,
Yeah.
that is your run to the Western Conference. If you remember Game 5 against Lakers, Rudy Gobert had 37 and 24. He had a
Yeah.
million rebounds because what? The Lakers had no center
They
they
had
could even
Jackson
put,
Hayes. They didn't want to play Jackson
which
Hayes.
was
Yeah.
stupid by JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Remember in the Game 5 where the whole first half he didn't make a substitution? JJ,
Oh
right?
yeah.
There's so many things he did wrong in that series too. But again, that team wasn't good. Like that Lakers
Yeah.
team was not good. And all.
Hmm.
And so if we start dissecting their run, because when they got to the Western Conference, it was belt to ass, bro. It was belt to
Hmm.
ass. Like they were. It was very easy for OKC to get out of there.
Yeah.
I know. So if we
Yeah.
start dissecting even this is coming back from last season. I don't know what currently is their issues, but I would still
Yeah.
assume it's still the similar not having a point guard, not their execution at the end of the games, barring
Yeah.
and it shows losing to the Kings and losing to the Suns, and losing to the
Yeah.
Suns in the way they lose to the Suns. And I'm going to obviously watch more to know, okay, what exactly is happening this season and all.
They play OKC tomorrow.
Or belt to ass. They would try to compete, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And maybe they are the kind of team where they need to be in this weird mode, because I also still think this is not a reflection of who they are. That like I don't think this team is winning anything, right? But I also know I feel there's levels when they have to step it up defensively. And Jerry
Yeah.
McDaniels, right? You have Rudy
Been
there
very
and all.
impressive, Jaden
Dante,
McDaniels this season.
yeah, very impressive. Dante DiVincenzo, like they have pieces that can step up defensively, and when they step up defensively, they it lessens their offensive woes. The offensive woes are still there. Like the offensive woes are still there. Nasrid is not that a great defender, but you have these guys that are able to just size up defensively, then the offensive roles just lessens a bit. And
Hmm.
that's what they need to do because they
Yeah.
still have no point guard. It doesn't seem there's any plans to I don't know if there's any point guard on the market that they can get and stuff like that. Maybe Dre
I saw a
Young,
tweet.
maybe.
I no, I, a Trey Young trade money wise is like impossible. Just because
Impossible.
that's my thing is that they need a point guard,
Yeah.
but who are they getting rid of?
Who are
They're
they
not
getting?
getting rid of Ant, Jaden McDaniels, or Gobert. Okay, you could get rid of Randall, but
Why
then
can't why
whoever you're
can't we,
getting
why can't we
back.
get why can't we get rid of Rudy Gobert?
Have you seen the numbers of Rudy Gobert off the floor, bro?
Yeah.
Their defense goes from like whatever it is to like a 140. Like they are
But
god
I've
awful.
always said something. As much as Gobert is this incredible defender, I always
Hmm.
still feel if teams can take the ball out of their basket more, this dude, he's an incredible defender. He's equally an worse offensive player. So you get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
him on the
I
court.
suppose. I feel like he's still a much better defender than a bad offensive player. Just offensively, he's not doing too much. His
Bro, he still
issue
can
is
catch.
like,
He still can catch the ball, bro. He still can catch the
yeah.
ball.
Bro, I
I was like,
swear
how can he catch the ball?
Rudy was like 10% better on offense, he would be no question like I don't know, just
Yeah.
a much better player. But
He
I saw this stat that the Timberwolves 4-man lineup of Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and Julius Randle, offensive rating of those four is a 120, which would be third, a defensive rating of 105, which would be second, and they have a plus 14 net rating. And they're near a point guard away. And I saw somebody in the comments where like they were making a whole description, like, you guys could use this player, he can do this, this, and that. And then it's a picture of D'Lo in a Wolves jersey. And I'm like, bro. But that's like the type of player, that's the only type of point guard that you could honestly pick up because you can't trade anybody else. You can maybe trade Naz Reid, but he's on a big contract right now. And then Connolly is old. I don't think you can get much value from him.
Nah, I don't think you trade Conley, bro. You keep Conley on the bench, mentor guys, like get him ready. Like
Yeah.
Conley
But
is a
then you got
great,
like,
great locker room presence for them to have.
yeah.
Oh, this is something I should have written as one of my topics, but sorry, we'll talk about that later and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like their bench is really thin, and I don't know. Rob Dillingham hasn't done much. Terrence Shannon Jr. hasn't done much. Jalen
Which
Clark hasn't done
I
much.
was I had him on my I think I had Terrence Shannon Jr. on my buy is he
I think
what
I had him,
oh Roger you
or
yeah like that's the one play
yeah, I
like
think I had him.
there's also been murmurs about Finch, people not liking Finch and
Yeah, I've
all.
seen that a bunch too. People not
Yeah.
liking Finch and all that
So
stuff. I don't know. It's just something to monitor because the Wolves so far this season, I mean, 10-7 is still good. But they're only beating bad teams and they're losing to good teams and they're lost to the damn Kings. Like what are we doing here, bro?
hey
So
man,
yeah.
shout out the Kings, bro. Um next topic I was gonna talk about, there's been talk about this a lot and all. And I'm going to read something out first. So it's about injuries in the NBA, right? We've had
Mm-hmm.
lot of injuries, and everybody has also been talking about why this has been happening, stuff like that. Sorry, 1 second. I want to see if
Yeah.
I had this tweet about. So yeah, there's been a lot of injuries and all, and you can tell me what you think about. I think there's really no right answer to this, so I'm not going to come up like, oh, I have the answers and all because I don't. I'm not
Yeah.
a I'm sure there's a billion people that are a lot smarter about what's going on regarding this and all. But I have my perspective. So Tom Habistro, who is a very analytical data analytic guy, said historically around the first month of the season, 80 to 90% of stars play games. Pretty much for pretty much existence of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That number has dropped to 58% right now. So for context, I did a calculation. If each team has played 15 games this season, obviously they played more, but I'm just giving you the least amount of games a team could have possibly played.
Yeah.
I was looking at the standings. So if each team has played at least 15 games this season, that will be 450 games. At least so right now the NBA there's been at least 450 games that's happened. Elias, Stars has missed already 213 games.
Mm-hmm.
213 games. That is 100 more games than 2 years ago. And remember, 2 years ago, we were complaining about injuries to stars,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this, right? And I was like, we were talking about it on the group chat and everything. I'm trying to find the tweet and all. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
going to find it in a second.
I've seen that as well. I just saw something on Reddit about about like a doctor, whatever, like people just talking about like why it feels like there's more injuries and stuff, and people talking about pace and all that. Um, and then some uh medical staff that were saying like it's not just pace, but it's the fact that these players during the off season they're not working out on their ability to stop and start and like deceleration and all that stuff. They're working on shooting or handles or whatever else.
I
So like
I
conditioning stuff like that isn't being trained on as much, which can lead. But I think that there is still something. It's an issue that is like there's no one right
there's no
answer.
there's a multifaceted answer to it. But this, I
Yeah.
believe, this part is playing a big deal part of it. Bro, I don't give a crap how hard you work in the off season, right? Like,
Hmm.
obviously, I'm not a professional, but I play soccer, right? Anytime I don't play soccer for 2 months, I could be in the gym working out on my body, on my running, on my cardio for 2 months, 5 days a week. I'm out there working on
Yeah.
my body, working on my strength. Bro, if I don't play soccer until that second end of that second month, when I come to the field, I'm going to fucking feel it. Your body is not going, because it's just completely different when you do individual workouts in the off season. So my argument has been these teams are not practicing as good as they can. Like, so it's not possible to ever replicate the intensity a game would be. But can we get it from 0% to like 50? Because what that means, I'm just using a method that obviously doesn't exist. But if we get you guys practicing, let's have a practice, a training camp where we're running, we're playing with pace, we're making sure we're defending, we're feeling the effects of what this plays on our body. Do you know what that means? When you do that for a month
Yeah.
or 2 months, it means, okay, you might go into an NBA game now and it's 0 to 100, but at least we've gotten your body enough to the 50% portion of it. Your conditioning is in. So it means when we ramp you up, adrenaline takes over. Your body is able to, obviously, added with the fact you've been working on your body's strength and everything, your body is able to handle, like, your body is able to take that. It's not foreign to your body. The stops, the
Hmm.
stats, the running in transitions. A lot of players are doing a lot of dribble moves, a lot of dribble packages, all those type of things, defending multiple actions, over and over and over and over again. Doing that during training camp, let us put ourselves through the ringer, means we come as a team ready for this type of style. Maybe it's the style we want to play, right? And a good thing was J Kidd said this, right? So this was Noah Weber, the a Mavs reporter, asking J Kidd what he thinks, if he thinks the increased pace of play has led to increased injury. So this is what J Kidd said. He said,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's the pace that's the problem. I think it's more the workout of the individual. We have to train at a higher speed if you are going to play at this pace. To go from 0 to 100, we're not training that way in training camp, or we're not training like that in the summer. And then we're asking them to go above the speed limit and play fast. I think that puts everyone in harm's way. There's got to be a way to look at the way we're training, and that may be why we're having some of these injuries. It's not because the season is longer, it's got to be with the training. And I completely agree, because think about it. Even if the season is 60 games, what is going to
Yeah.
happen is your stars are going to actually still miss time. They're going to miss 20 games out of 60. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You're going to miss 20 games out of 60. Wow. Okay, they're missing 20 games out of 82, right?
Hmm.
But even if the season is shorter, if you keep training and not practice, bro, we see how many times have we, when last did you see an intense NBA team practice of your team or any other team? When last did, bro, they watch film, they have their
Yeah.
own trainers, they do shoot around. They don't expend their energy, and the fear, and I think it's like, it's obviously because they don't want to injure. But the problem is, why not, let's just take it up, let's just put you 20%, 30%, let's
Hmm.
see how your body is let us as a team condition ourselves as a team and get to a point where, man, okay, we're 60%, we're 70. So when we, as JK said, we are asking them to go from 0 to 100, when
Yeah.
we could, if training and practices are improved, we can ask them to go from 30% to 100, or 50% to 100, or 60. depending on the team and the style you want to play and everything. But I genuinely feel it's the practicing, it's the team practices that almost is non-existent. They don't practice, they don't train.
Yeah.
And one other, what's his name? The guy that has this weird, he's a Golden State legend. He's an old guy now, white guy. Um, he's one of
Chris
their,
Smolin?
yes. I think I saw an interview with Chris Mullin talking about this last season. I probably making a mistake if it's the person, but I saw one of those,
Yeah.
and I think it's Chris Mullin talking about this. Like, it's practicing. You don't practice, bro. So
Yeah.
for me, that is one of the biggest thing that is a major issue of why these guys are getting injuries. Yeah, let me hear your thoughts.
I mean, it's a you're right, it is a multifaceted
Precedent, yeah,
issue. There's so many different angles and stuff that you can approach it, and I don't believe that there's one thing. Like,
agreed.
obviously practice is something that can help, but it's also like there is no one quick solution. And people, when they see these injuries, when you see Wembanyama's out, you see Giannis out with calf injuries, you see these teams being more careful with calf injuries and all that stuff, which, like, rightfully so, hamstring injuries as well. It's a bummer. And then we look to the 65 game limit, that we shouldn't have that enforced in, or this and that about how teams play or the style of play. Like, in the 2000s, the team, it was the dead ball era. Like, teams were playing super slow. There weren't a lot of points scored. Changes in the rules were made to up the pace.
Yeah,
Now, maybe should we change the rules so then we can lower the pace somehow or artificially through rules or whatever like that? I don't know what it is. But it is obviously multiple, like, different angles and ways to look at it. And, there's not much to say. It's just a bummer that all these players, all these stars aren't playing as much.
yeah.
Obviously, you got guys like Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton, Kyrie Irving, and all that who haven't played at all, and they're not going to play for a lot of the season, who had similar injuries, the Achilles injuries,
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lillard as well.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer. It just really sucks. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's basically it. Yeah.
No, I have no disagreements. Like, yeah, it's just something that when it started coming up again, it just baffled me. I was like, yeah, like I've always had an issue with teams not trained, like practicing, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Another team that I want to talk about that's a little bit disappointing, even though they're playing well. I don't know if you heard this new nickname,
18-8.
AT&T. AT&T, Mr. 18 and 8, Mr. Evan Mobley.
That's one of the greatest slander names, bro. You know why it's a great slander name? Because actually having 18-8, averaging that is
It's not bad.
it's really good. But the thing is,
It's
they're
good.
using it as a dig as him because it doesn't matter what happens. He's gonna always give you 18-8, bro. Can you give us 20-12? Can you give us 25
Yeah.
and 12? Huh? Can you
Yeah.
ever get to this point? Just 18-8, 18-8. No,
It's really funny because I saw a tweet that was like, Evan Mobley has only scored 18 and 8 one time in his career, like in his rookie season or something like that. But that is what he's averaging right now, I believe. And, he's not had the offensive jump that a lot of Cavaliers
I don't
players,
think he's
a
ever
lot of
gonna have
Cavalier
it. I don't
fans.
think he's gonna like. I think
I don't think he has
sometimes
that ability as a shot
exactly, bro.
creator.
Thank
And he
you,
doesn't have a move in the
thank
post.
you.
He doesn't really have anything
Why?
like that.
Why do we? But
And
that's
in,
the
like,
thing.
the
But that's
game
the
against
thing.
the Cavaliers,
Should we criticize
I
a
didn't notice
player?
him.
Should we like? How do us as fans view the game? Because if I
Yeah.
see a player, like when you see guys come into the league, you kind of know what they are and what they can project to be. And every guy is not going to project to be like this. Like maybe a good case is Brook Lopez, who was a post player all his life and became one of the best stretch picks. Like that drastic,
Yeah.
right? But like there's some guys, like I'm like, where do we see Mobley and where did you guys see this offensive?
Mhm.
He's going to become what? Like, what's it going to become? Like what? Like
Kevin
what? Yeah,
Garnett, Tim Duncan.
yeah. Like
I
what?
mean, I think the part of that is just fans getting hyped up for the potential of a player, or, like, he is still young. there is still all obviously development. The peak of what he is as a player, hopefully, is not for some more years. Like he will get better and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But offensively, right now, he hasn't really done much. He's shooting 59% from the free throw line, which is disgusting.
And
As a
he
big,
has a he has a good, yes, like his jump shot doesn't look bad. Yo, I have a
yeah,
question.
yeah, he's
But here's my
shooting
thing. My
threes.
Elias, my question to you is it
Hmm.
possible Evan Mobley just averages 18 points his whole career, but he's still a better player? It's possible he can be better. Like
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
the
I
skill
think
set to
the way he
to
scores that 18
influence
points
to im-
could be better than what
yeah,
it
but
is right now.
okay, let's say he never improves the way he scores his 18 points. I just don't believe like that is the player he is this swing four, swing five that can play defensively, can guard 3 to 5, a good rebounder, part of an like I think there's other things in his game that could be improved, and he may never become this. I don't know what offensively people thought Evan Mobley was going to get, but like I've never seen that though. Like that, at least for me,
Yeah,
I've just never seen that. Okay, maybe a good example is what Aaron Gordon is becoming now. Like, okay, shit, like, okay, right? But how long, you know
yeah,
what I'm trying to say? That took a long
yeah,
time to get to this point. So for Evan Mobley, I don't know if I see it, man. I don't know if I see it.
yeah. And I don't know, like he's in such a good situation in terms of the guards he has around him. Like Garland, I think Garland has really shown his worth to this team because they've looked just kind of off. They haven't looked as dominant without him. And then, you know, he really is kind of just stuck as like a play finisher. He's not a play creator.
Yes, he's a play finisher.
I've seen a lot of fans annoyed that he keeps getting the ball out at the perimeter when he should be getting the ball closer to the block, closer to the rim, which
But
I mean
but
I
the but
agree.
that's the thing. When you say that, there's a reason why he's not closer to the rim. Jarrett Allen is there, so spacing,
Yeah,
so spacing,
yeah.
like
There's
the
that
NBA.
too.
There's that, right?
And I've also seen a lot of people say that like what is that? Like mentally, he's not in every possession in every game. He's kind of up and down in terms of his engagement, and that affects his defensive, engagement and how well he plays. And like for example, in the Cavaliers game last night against the Raptors, after like in the second half, I don't even remember seeing him out there. Like I know he must have played, but I didn't see him out there. He was 5 of 7, which is
Can,
fine.
can,
But when
can I say
when
something,
you
bro?
know
Can I say
Mitchell
something?
is out there by himself.
I have a
Yeah.
question to you. I have a question to you. Someone shows you
Mhm.
the finalist of the NBA Finals,
Mhm.
like this team, OKC, Denver, Houston, versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, I watch this team. I'm like, every time I'm like, I don't, I don't see this team on that stage, bro. Like, I just don't see it. Like, you have to like explain to me how they would get there, but like I don't see it. And there's something about Donovan Mitchell. There's something about Donovan Mitchell that I've still not. I don't have the critical like way to rationalize what I want to say.
Mhm.
There's just something about his game. I've never seen someone in playoff series shoot their team out of series or games and shoot them back into the game, then shoot them out of it again. I've watched, there's been too many games in Utah,
Yeah.
in the cast. I've seen him start series where he shoots his team out of the game, he shoots them back in,
Yeah.
then because he's feeling it, then he shoots them out of the game, or he
Yeah.
starts really hot and everything, and his inability to diverge possessions and in the because the defense is gearing up on you. He's the third leading scorer in NBA history in playoffs, so that's what his numbers are great, and it's hard to say that's that. I'm not saying he's not performing. I'm just saying I think it's more responsibility. Sorry, what's the heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm sorry, but there's something that like you have to give us something else regarding you
Mhm.
as a player leading this franchise and all. And I see the Cavs every time. Even sometimes I'm like, who are this? You know that meme. Who are these dudes? Like who are these guys on the? They have so
Yeah.
many NPC players, bro. They have so many
They do
NPC
have a lot of, especially if their injuries yesterday. They got a lot of players that I've like
NPC
never heard
players.
about.
Jared Allen, we have to say it, bro. He might be soft. Jared Allen might be
Yeah,
soft.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Same with Mobley. Like these guys aren't as good of a rebounder as they can be.
So
Especially Mr. AT&T.
it's the AT&T. No, no, no.
Yeah,
Like
but
it's
yeah,
I like I. They just don't give me that reflection of a finals team. I don't see it, bro.
that's fair. That's fair. I have my doubts about them and all that, but yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah. Do you have any? You have another
Yes,
point?
mine is. Sometimes have you ever been in have you ever been like in a friend group, or you're in a friend group and maybe a guy and a girl are dating each other and all, and it's toxic, but being in the friend group you have to hear about this shit for years upon years upon years, and you're just like, oh man, like I'm
Hmm.
sure you're talking to your other friend like, bro, man, can't wait, like they just like, if you guys want to just break up and get like,
Yeah.
we don't want to keep hearing how toxic you guys are, but you guys never, or you have that friend that calls you about like, man, I don't really like this girl and stuff like that. But a year, 6 months, you keep complaining about this girl, and you guys are still together, bordering our life. Like, take us out of it. Take As of
Yeah.
now, we are
I don't want to hear anything
we
else
don't want
about
to
it.
hear, like, we are, what do you call it? We are hostages in this situation.
Yeah.
That is what Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors situation is right now. We're hostages. You guys should have broken
Uh,
up in the summer, bro. You guys should have broken up in the summer. So if you didn't, like, just for context for our listeners, he's missed six consecutive games. He came down with an supposed injury, because the reason I'm using supposed is getting to a point where it's supposed. Steve Kerr would say the medical team has cleared him. Everything was
yeah.
clean. But Jonathan Kuminga is not on the court as of now. There were talks
Yeah,
about
I saw
there were talks
something.
about Kuminga not being happy that once the Warriors hit a losing slide, it felt like he got taken out again, almost like it's your fault we're losing, right? So he got taken out,
Hmm.
and this, and for me, it's just like, it's gotten to the point where, especially for a team like Golden State, where we just have, like, I'm sorry, it feels weird that we've even placed too much for, and I'm not shading Jonathan Kuminga. It's just like, uh it almost points on like the lack of that Golden State aura that they have, where we're just having to deal with this Kuminga issue for,
Yeah.
it's been over a season, over a year. It doesn't seem the coaching staff likes Kuminga. Doesn't seem Kuminga likes them. I
Hmm.
don't know if you saw this video. I saw this video by Moses Moody today. Moses Moody was on Old Man and the Tree on the old JJ Reddy podcast, and being done by his friend now. And I think it talked on, the guy asked the question just regarding the NBA. I can't remember the exact question. And he talked about the fact that, oh, one of the worst things for a rookie is the bench. That nothing is more therapeutic than the bench. And he said his experience was, he will go out there and he's playing, and before he's just out of the rotation, on the bench and everything. And no one is telling him, and I don't know if this is a Warriors thing, but he's like, no one is telling him what he's done wrong. So I'm
Yeah.
using Moses Moody as an example for Kuminga's case right now, because this is two Warriors players, and I think they were in the same draft, I believe. I think Moody was in
Yeah.
the same draft
They
with
were
Kuminga.
by
Yes,
7-4.
yes. So this is two players experiencing, clearly, if this is happening to Moody, it's most likely happening to Kuminga, right? So what are you saying,
Hmm.
bro? He will be out there. He thinks he's playing well, or even when he's not playing well, he's not being told what he's doing wrong to fix it for next time.
Yeah.
So I can imagine if I am in Kuminga's space, like, bro, I need clarity. Tell me what I am doing wrong. Like, speak to me as a man-to-man coaching staff. Show me on film. Grab me, like you do. Like, coach me hard if you need to coach me. But this experiences of, okay, the Golden State start losing, he got benched. those type of things just it brings a certain level of of resentment within the locker room.
Mhm.
Moody seemed fine in the interview and everything, right? But that like as a young player, I'll be so like on an island, I'll be so confused because the people that are meant to lead me, I'm a rookie. The people that are meant to lead me,
Mhm.
are not telling me what I'm making a mistake on. And I'm saying, and I'm using that Moody's example as a reflection of what has been probably been happening in Kuminga in Warriors. And I'm going to end it up and say like, get us out of here, bro. We're tired. We're tired. We don't want to hear anymore. Just end this relationship. Thank you. That's it.
No, literally, it's like a relationship where it's like they were supposed to break up, but then the guy got him like a promise ring, and which is the contract that they gave him, and
Mhm.
it extended it more than it should have. And like he looked good for the first couple games, and then he had a few bad games, and now he's been on this injury. I see this right here from a pre-game press conference to the Jazz game. They
Yeah.
asked him, does he have any more clarity on Kuminga's injury and how much more time the young forward may miss? Steve Kerr said, I don't have any clarity. And if you want to know, you should ask Kuminga
Kuminga.
directly, which, you know, that's kind of a weird thing for a
It's a
coach to say.
weird
I
thing
don't
for
have
a coach
any
to say
idea about his injury, and you should just ask him.
because coaches always do the injury updates. They
Yeah,
always do the
like
injury updates.
that's very weird. Um,
And Kuminga
that
is
they
never
did
going.
that, and
If Steve Kerr doesn't like him, and Steve Kerr, if there's actual beef between those two guys, he's not going to win the battle against Steve Kerr. Like
mhm.
as much as it's Steph's franchise, it's very much Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr has a lot of power and sway in that franchise and all. So
Yeah. And the thing is the
yeah.
Warriors need Kuminga. They need him to score because outside of Steph and Jimmy, bro, it's kind of scary out here in terms of who's going to score for this Warriors team because
And
Brandon
oh,
Pachinski hasn't
Al
been
Horford
great.
had an
Draymond
injury
is not
too.
scoring. And Al
How long?
Horford is injured and he's washed. Who knows?
How long is Al Horford's injury? Because I heard it was
Oh,
a something tear or something. Wait, let me see.
I have no idea. I didn't even know he was injured, but yeah, man.
He has sciatic like LeBron, bro.
Oh, I mean that's the old man injury. It makes sense,
Mhm.
I guess.
And
If you have anything, you have that.
There's no time frame for that injury. There's no
That's
time frame. The
rough.
thing about sciatica, apparently, I've heard is you can wake up tomorrow morning. You can have sciatica today and wake up
Mhm.
tomorrow morning and you're fine, or you can have sciatica and for 6 weeks it's hard to get out of bed. Literally.
Dang. Yeah. So I don't know. The Warriors are kind of weird. I got a few more things that we can mention.
Yes,
But the Lakers Clippers game on right now. I don't know if you know this.
I have
Mr.
it. I
Luka
have it.
Doncic,
I have it. I have
20
it.
points.
20 points. That's my
20,
dog.
20 of the
You know what?
29 points.
Sorry, sorry,
5
sorry.
of 5 from
I don't
3.
know if you've been paying attention to this on. So this happens every season in Luka's career. Every season, there's a bunch of detractors that just come out with like he's no longer. This is happening to like 22 or 23. He's not that good at going. He's. I want to ask you where you stand. Like there are those people like, oh man, he's not that good again. He's not going to the rim as much. Mind you, he's shooting 90% from the rim for some crazy ass shit like that. I know,
Mhm.
but probably rim attempts. That's what has been happening. Or they're like, oh, Luka's
Yeah.
not that good without the pick and roll. So right now, I started doing washed at 26. It's my it's my uh it's my sarcastic mention. Anytime he does well, I'm like
Mhm.
washed at 26 because I can talk about I can talk in boatloads about issues about Luka, but I always find it funny. Everyone is better than Luka until it's time to be better than Luka. Like
Mhm.
a lot of them, when it's time on the courts to be better than these guys, you're not better than him. And your team might win sometimes. Bro, remember when
Yeah.
we went through the whole cycle? Devin Booker is better than him. Jai is better than him. Um, like there were guys. If Shea has never beaten him in a playoff series yet, right? So I can give honestly now Shea can have the mantle better than him. I agree. But the one thing I always say, like, I made a tweet about this the other day. I was like, watching OKC is so fun. It's so fun and also very interesting. Shea legit, it's the least burdensome superstar role I've seen in a while. Bro, he legit just goes out there and just scores
He
30,
just scores.
35 points. And watch the game,
Yeah.
bro. He's not bothered about any other thing. Like, you get, like, he's not, there's nothing else he's expected to do. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
He just goes out
Yeah.
there, give me my pick and roll, take you off the dribble, scores his 30 points.
Yeah.
Let's compare that to Luka. Compare that to Devin Booker. I'm saying, obviously, compare that to Jokic. Compare that to who are some of the best players in the league. Compare that to
Giannis.
like Giannis. Like, those guys are the the things that they are expected to do night after night isn't just the same for Shea. Shea goes to a game and on the court is Ludot, Caruso, Chet, Jalen Williams when he's back, which means he's defending probably the fourth or fifth offensive options. So when
Yeah.
his defensive numbers are great, I'm sorry guys, I'm not looking at those numbers. I apologize. You can give me those numbers, but my brain is going to tell me that, bro, you're not defending the best. You're not having to defend you're not having to defend the 1, 2, 3,
You
4. Like,
got 3 guys ahead of you defending the top 3 guys on their team, at
bro,
least.
you have 4 all team defenders and
It's
all. And
still
again,
impressive, though, that he's not like a
it's not
cone or
a shade
anything.
to Shea. It's not shade to
Mhm.
Shea. Scoring 35 points in the NBA is fucking hard. It's not
Yeah.
easy. But I'm saying he's not the expectation, what he's expected to do tonight. Bro, you watch OKC, he's just out there. Like, he's not expected
Yeah.
to do anything. Playmake, no, he's not expected to do that. All
He
these
doesn't
things
have
he's
to.
not expected to do. He doesn't have to do them. Rebound, no. Like, Luka is part of the best rebounders on the Lakers. Luka has to be an assister. Luka has to score the most points. Jokic has to do all those things. Jokic is leading this decade in the top 4 category. I think he's top
Oh,
3 in
yeah,
all top 4. Like, these are the things they have to do. They can't go. They can't go. Imagine a night. Jokic, what do you think will happen a night where Jokic has 2 rebounds? They most likely lost so many offensive rebounds and they lost the game, right?
yeah. Yeah.
And also, it's just, I find it funny when we never judge and base when we look at these guys by the load they have to carry. And I think this is why it affects, this is another conversation we can have another time, but I want to create a video about this. How we speak about first options and second options. Remember how every second option on a great team is better than the first option on a team that is not that doing well. And I'm like, bro, if this guy is a first option, like, it's the same way they started doing the whole Derek White Trae Young argument. And I was like, are you guys dumb? What is the Hawks with Derek White as their best player?
Not much.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have all this. When teams win, it's amazing. Put bases on that. But the way we judge and the way we weigh those things up to guys that have to carry a lot more is very flawed. I went on a whole tangents. Well, yeah, I just had to talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Luka is great. No, yeah, yeah, that's fair. Some other thoughts. The
Yes.
Bucks have lost 5 straight without Giannis. Are they cooked? Maybe. The Magic, in 7 games without Paolo Banchero, have won 5 of them, including tonight, blowing out the 76ers.
Yes, sir.
In their 7 games without Paolo, they would have a 125.7 offensive rating, which would be
What's the
by
hashtag
far
going?
the
What's the
best.
hashtag going around about the Paulo thing? Fuck! I saw a hashtag,
Do you know
bro.
the nickname that he has? The nickname that he has, people calling him Peanut Butter. Paulo Banchero, Peanut Butter.
Bro, man, the Paolo
Um,
thing is getting louder and louder, bro. That thing is
it's been loud, yeah, and it's very loud
it's
this
very
year.
loud, bro. Because if he
Very
comes back
interesting,
and they start losing
and it goes
again,
back down,
and
or
they
it
start,
just doesn't look as good as it does now. Then,
bro,
yeah, Desmond Bain has been playing a bit better and all
bro, it's
that.
crazy. As an organization, I would hate to be the GM. Like, how can I trade Paulo Banchero? Like, you have to be honest, anything can happen, but you have to be sure.
Yeah,
And obviously, them
yeah,
winning as much is going to give that clarity. But man, that's your number one pick, bro.
yeah. Yeah. No, that's definitely something. There's that Jaw and Clay
Oh
drama
boy, that
alert.
lame ass dude, bro. That dude is lame, bro. That dude is
Which
lame
one?
as fuck. Jar,
Okay,
completely
yeah.
lame. Completely lame, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, Clay
yeah.
cooked him.
Clay cooked him. Um, yeah. And it was just like, you know, he was basically like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed because he's like, he's a good player. I want him to be playing more, all this and that, but he's always on the bench running his mouth, this and that. That was just something to mention, but that already has passed. And then the only thing I have left, I have, bro, we got to free James Harden, bro.
He's
He
been
is,
incredible, bro.
that like Spider-Man meme where he's
Yeah,
like holding like a train from hitting like a little kid or something. That's James Harden saving the NBA from
bro.
OKC getting whatever pick they can get from the
God,
Clippers
bro, man.
because
I keep thinking about that, bro. Bro, do you know if they
OKC
get
has 2 first-round picks, lottery picks right now from the Jazz and the Clippers, bro.
Jesus
It's
Christ?
scary. It's scary. James Harden, we need to free that man. Because he's playing way too well to have absolutely no health. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 36 and 8.
He's been
Um,
awesome, bro. I'm a Harden
he's been
hater, but
great.
he's been awesome, bro.
He's been great.
He's genuinely
He's
one of
been
the
the engine and the only good player on that team for them.
listen, he genuinely is one of the Iron Men of the league. Like one of the
Yeah,
Iron Men of
absolutely.
the because again, think about the amount of load he has to carry. It's not easy to handle the ball up the court every time. Assist,
Yeah.
score. Like and he's doing it at this age
Pound
with
dribble, the
yeah.
threes, everything. Yeah, I mean, even in the game right now against he's 11-4-4 for the Clippers, and nobody else has 10 points. And yeah, and then the only thing I have left is Chris Paul retiring. I don't know if you have a favorite moment. I love the gif of him with Steve Kerr where he's like, yeah.
Chris Paul
That
retiring.
that was a great one.
My favorite moment of Chris Paul is very weird because before I started watching the NBA, I was playing NBA 2K. My favorite and me trying to learn how to play NBA 2K, I was using the Clippers.
Mm,
DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, Blake. It's like 2013 2K, 2K13.
yeah,
And obviously Chris Paul was on there and I liked that team and that's how I knew about Chris Paul. And I think the commentary would talk about like how this guy is one of the greatest point guards, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And that was like literally my introduction to basketball. I started watching in 2015. So a year removed after playing NBA 2K and everything. So for Chris Paul, man, it's always been an incredible point guard, incredible floor general, incredible leader.
yeah,
He's choked a lot though. No one has.
yeah,
He has 5 lost 2-0 lead series. I think no one has more than him. And one came in the finals, bro. Jesus Christ!
ooh, yeah.
Like,
That is rough.
and also injuries has
But he's
plagued.
still a winner.
He's still a winner. Injuries have
Yeah,
plagued him and all, but a small guy, 6'1", very possibly not even 6'1".
6 foot, probably just 6 foot,
A
maybe.
tiny guy
Yeah,
controlling the phases of games the way he is and all. I think
his
what
unstoppable mid-range
the, the,
shot, fade
the
away.
greatest thing for Chris Paul's career is remember when he was on what team was he on that he pretty much was sent to purgatory. He was on a team before he moved.
OKC.
Yes, when he was sent to OKC, it was more a we're just sending you to purgatory, yeah, bro. And look
Yeah.
at what he
They
look at what he
had
did.
they
Look
had
at
the
what
less
he
than 1% chance to make the playoffs type of
Yes, look at
thing.
what he did to that squad. They made the playoffs. They didn't. There was no playing then, right? Or
No, no, yeah, they made the playoffs
With
with
Schroeder
Shea.
and Shea talks back about how important having Chris Paul was to him at that time of his
Mhm.
career and all, right? And
Yeah.
so this is something that's like that. Then from OKC, he was sent to Phoenix. We didn't really know, right? It was after OKC he went to Phoenix, and we really didn't
Yeah.
know how this was going to go. And boom, before in his Phoenix, who were the laughing stock of the NBA, became this certified
Juggernaut
winning
team.
team and all,
Yeah.
winning 50, 60 games and all, led by him. Led by him.
Yeah.
And so credit to Chris Paul, man. Like, yeah. Um, yeah, the Clippers are not going to win the championship, so I'm sorry, bro. It's going to end without one, but
Unfortunately.
we are going to be fond of you, the career you've had as
Yeah.
a small man in a
Yeah.
giant in the leagues of giants, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. No, yeah, he's a great player. Love watching him. Just the fact, yeah, you're right. As a 6 foot guy, being able to have a career this long and be, I don't know the exact stats, but he has like more than over 500 in any stop that he has. He's always been a winner. Um, yeah, I love. He has so many great gifts as well. I love the shimmy that he hit that three
on
against
Steph, on
Steph. That
Steph.
was great. I love the meme that's been, you know, Chris Paul 3 takes the lead down to
Oh,
42 points. That's a great
oh man, I
one.
was on the end of that, bro. As a Mavs fan, that was a great night, bro. One of the best nights I've had in the
Yeah,
NBA, bro. He was
yeah,
talking a
no,
lot of shit. They were talking a lot of shit to us, so they deserve that.
yeah. Yeah.
Kick their ass,
And then
man.
him unfortunately being I remember when he said he's addicted to this feeling about being in the finals. And then afterwards, people were like, he got over that real quick. He got off that addiction real quick.
Oh
I'm
man,
glad he
NBA
got off
Twitter is
that.
brutal, bro. NBA Twitter is brutal,
Oh
my guy.
man. No,
Nah,
but
yeah,
point guard,
point
one
guard.
of the maybe top 5 point guards of all time. Like 9-time defensive, 12-time All NBA, steals leader, MVP, top whatever 5, 10 in MVP so many
Yep.
times.
Yes. Yes.
Lob City with the Rockets, which I love, and him and James Harden getting so close. Him unfortunately getting that hamstring injury in Game
Yeah.
5, and them not being able to win that series. But no, great career for him. It's so funny because I think at the start of the season, he mentioned like I saw somebody say like he mentioned at the start of the season like, "Oh yeah, I'm not playing anymore after this," basically saying that he would retire. But
Yeah.
then he had to make an announcement to retire, so then he would start getting minutes, so that he could be able to be play every night. Like, "Oh, this is my last time here in
I saw
Charlotte.
that
Now
tweet.
you gotta give me
I,
minutes."
I saw I saw that tweet,
Oh
bro.
man,
Sorry,
oh man,
that was the
that's
funniest thing. I said NBA Twitter is brutal, bro. Those guys
yeah.
have no chill, my guy. Like I remember, I saw that tweet. People were like, "Oh, Chris Paul had to announce it a second time."
That's it again, just to remind everybody. Now you got
Just
to
to
get
remind everybody,
nostalgic. Now you
hey,
got to give me
hey guys,
minutes, so
let me get my
I'm
let me get
here
my
too.
farewell tour. Let me get my farewell tour.
Oh
You know.
man,
Oh man, what a
nah,
guy,
but
man. That's
that's great.
so funny, bro. But anyway, bro,
Yeah,
that's it for me, man. I don't have anything. I think it's been a great month in the NBA wire months, and yeah, man,
yeah,
we keep on doing. Next week we're doing our award season, right? Is that what you said?
yes, I believe
Yes, sir.
so. We will do
Okay.
our first awards for the first part of the season. I'm really excited. Um, I think the MVP conversation, even though that's going to be our first time talking about that for this season, it's
Yeah.
very close. But I'm very excited for like the All NBA teams because that's
Yes.
when we can really get crazy and
Yes.
take
Yes.
into
Yes.
consideration some players that have been playing great so far and whatnot. But
Completely
yeah,
agree.
great episode. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
again, everybody, for watching, listening. Please like, subscribe, favorite,
And
5 stars on Spotify, on everything. Share
whatever
these
happens in
clips.
life, keep pushing the
Push the
pace.
pace.
Thank
You
you.
got to push the pace. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.